Hello, everyone, and welcome here for the third and final game of day two here of the Generation Adidas Cup qualification round between the Columbus Crew and Sporting Kansas City. And both teams yesterday took some tough defeats, both looking for their first wins in this tournament. As Toronto FC was able to go up 2-0 on Columbus yesterday, and FC Dallas 3-0 over Sporting Kansas City. So both teams know that they need to get into the win column with both FC Dallas and now Toronto FC sitting at top of Group B here at 6 points. The Columbus Crew bringing a 4-2-3-1 lineup, whereas Sporting Kansas City a 4-1-2-3 lineup. Possession will go here early on for Sporting Kansas City on the throw. Headed down. And can Sporting Kansas City get a hold of it? No, they went nice work on the line there by Columbus's 31. Working very hard there. That was Anthony Hernandez. Push up forward by Columbus, but had to be settled down by Sporting Kansas City keeper Max Trejo. Sporting Kansas City trying with the quick touch there from Francisco Lopez. And booted up by the Crew, as no one for Sporting Kansas City could handle it by their keeper, John Harms. But nice rush developing here for Columbus. Broken up though. And now Sporting Kansas City gets a hold of this ball, and Columbus already showing that they're able to break up a little bit earlier, a little bit more urgency just in the very early goings of this match. And now here comes Sporting Kansas City, taken out here by Edward Mendy, but he just lost it, and then Daniel Coons did very well to deal with it. Crew now moving forward. Nice rush by Columbus. Chifamba, and they get it up, but just too much. Crew were looking for Samuel Sarver, but I couldn't find him, and Sporting Kansas City in Trejo, their keeper, will easily deal with that. Good pressure, and weather's been a story so far of today. We had the rain earlier on before our first matchup between Toronto FC and the Chicago Fire. Started to warm up a bit, and some showers on and off in our last matchup between FC Dallas and the Montreal Impact. And right now, temperatures are still cool with some wind developing, but rain doesn't look like to be an impact at all in this matchup. And here comes Columbus out. Aiden Wolf fed it off there for Sarver, and he tried to make the pass back for Chifamba, but that was broken up. Now Mendy on the run. Mendy trying to drag the defender with him. Mendy does do that, does very well. And his cross is deflected out of play by Columbus's Anthony Samways. So Sporting Kansas City, and they have won a corner on that cross-in attempt from Mendy. That was blocked. Corner taken nicely, headed up and out of play by the Crews, by Columbus. And went out of play right there. And it looks like it's going to be a Sporting Kansas City throw. Thrown on in there by Columbus, or by Sporting Kansas City, and it went all out, and Harms will handle this for the Crew. Harms telling everyone to just settle down, and as he's waiting to send this out, makes the pass back out for Chifamba. Now back to Harms. Chip up, and now we got a good battle for the ball. Knocked out. And it will be Columbus ball. Throw-in will be taken here by Columbus's Anthony Samways. Samways weighs his options. Throws it on in, and here's Chifamba, but he couldn't handle it. And Columbus now, or Sporting Kansas City, will break on out here. Francisco Lopez had a nice rush developing, but the Columbus Crew's defense, they get their ducks in a row and get a foot in to clear the danger away. Coming on, Wolf. He got taken down, and it was one a free kick here for the Columbus Crew. Both teams looking for not only their first one, but the first goals of the qualification stages. As we mentioned, they were both shut out respectively yesterday by Toronto FC and FC Dallas. So free kick comes from Anthony Hernandez, puts it in the box, header! But they're going to say offside is the call, as one of the Crew was streaking in just a bit early. And here comes Sporting Kansas City out now. Little errant pass. Wolf feeds that off for Crowell. Crowell's cross, though, has a little too much on it and will go out for Sporting Kansas City on a throw. Sporting Kansas City now taking this up field. They tried to find the likes there of Lopez, as Mitchell Ferguson was the one who threw it up, but it's still going to remain Sporting Kansas City ball on this throw. Back to Trujillo. Up the pitch comes, or trying to get up the pitch, I should say, are Sporting Kansas City. A touch back there from Dawson Gully. And once again, just too much on it, not enough communication there. Got their P's and Q's crossed up, did Sporting Kansas City, and it's going to be a Columbus Crew throw in. Battling through is Wolf with a bunch of blue jerseys on him, but not much he can do. Easy win there for Sporting Kansas City. And Wolf's got some extra words to say with the official, as they had a intense conversation. One here by Sporting Kansas City. Can they break up? No. Nice job by Chifamba to get a foot in there and keep it back for the Columbus Crew. But that's not for long, and out comes Sporting Kansas City. Nice rush developing here for Sporting Kansas City. Taken down is one back by Chifamba for the Crew, right around midfield, but a lot of pulling and shoving. So we get a free kick around midfield. Chifamba. Chested down by Sporting Kansas City. They want to really get out, but Columbus has made it real tough just to get around midfield, and that's as far as Sporting KC's going to go. And trying to get a good run going, Samuel Sarvin. He goes down hard. Free kick coming for Columbus. Well, comments from the coaching staff here. That's the Columbus Crew sides. They're wondering why they're rushing a little bit. Getting a little too intense right now. But we'll see what they can do in this set piece from a dangerous area just outside the box. With this free kick, Sporting Kansas City's not really sure what, I think, alignment they want to have, who they want to have where. Have the wall up. Fake the kick first from Hernandez, and now it comes in the box. Punted out by Sporting Kansas City. Up, and there's Columbus calling for handball, and I thought was as well, but that is not the case. And now Sporting Kansas City trying to get it up there for Tucker Lepley. And now here comes Sporting Kansas City out. Good rush, but too much on there. They were looking for Francisco Lopez again. Couldn't find him. The Crew have this one now. Turn it back for Coons. Coons to Harms, their keeper. Looking for the lane here. Nice job to just settle it down was Andrew Kemper. And Kemper again gets it back for Harms. Taken on by Anthony Hernandez, who just had that free kick for Columbus. Kemper. Defense has been pretty solid right now for Sporting Kansas City. Trying to find their way through is Columbus, and just as they try to complete the pass for Anthony Samways, he overran it, and the ball goes out of play. So throw here for Sporting KC. Taken up there by Goodard on the throw-in and punched up by Mitchell Ferguson. Good run going on here for Sporting Kansas, or for Columbus, I should say. Nice run for the Crew. They've won. Their supporters here get real excited as they have won a corner, which will be taken there by Aiden Wolf. Wolf. There's a lot of space just entering the box. See where Wolf tries to place this. Two defenders up for Sporting Kansas City. Cross comes in and won nicely there by Max Trujillo for Sporting Kansas City. Kadeen Pierre nearly lost it, and Sarver had a great chance to jump on it, just couldn't capitalize. Sporting Kansas City feeling a good pressure on as Evan Creighton putting the press on Sporting KC and taking down Michael Lennis, but it's going to be Sporting Kansas City ball. And they get this off very quick on a free kick. Fed on and nice movement up pitch, but once again, once they get around the midfield, it's all Columbus, and rough sliding challenge there from Elton Chifamba leads to a free kick for Sporting Kansas City. They want to hurry this up, but the officials want to settle it down so he can give Chifamba a little comment. Don't do that again, he said. I'm only sure it wasn't as simple as how I described it. So free kick will come for Sporting Kansas City. They make the pass off for Pierre. Pierre then gives it back. And trying to go back is Sarver for Columbus. Near dangerous situation for Sporting Kansas City. They get away with it. Fed on out nicely, to job to knock it out by Noah Hall. Sporting Kansas City still in possession. Going on here, a nice throw in for Gully. A lot of space on the near wing. Mendy, can they get it to Mendy? Mendy still stays on his feet. Mendy takes another slide tackle, and they're going to say it went off Mendy for a goal kick for Columbus. Kick will come from Harms, and everyone's wondering, maybe a little question was that maybe a foul on Mendy, but I think he kept his feet, kept his motion going. So good no call by the officiating crew. Keep going forward, though, are the Crew. They've been the real dictators of offense early on in this first half. Sporting Kansas City just had maybe their best opportunity on that Mendy chance. Cleared. It's going to go out for Sporting Kansas City on a throw, which will be taken here by Michael Lennis. Lennis throws it in. Touch back, but it's intercepted by the Crew. Here's Wolf. He's been pesky, gets it up for Sarver. Sarver, nice move around. Sarver tried to feed it right in the center, back for Wolf, but good sliding play by the Sporting Kansas City defense to clear. trying to get that lane going again is Creighton. Good battle, and going to say it's a goal kick for Sporting Kansas City. With a good support base that came off from all the way from Columbus here to the BMO training grounds here in Toronto. Kicked up by Trujillo. 0-0 here in the first half between Sporting Kansas City and the Columbus Crew. I'm Jason Hagel, and we thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon watching some important Generation Adidas qualification matchups at the under-17 level. As oh, that could have been a dangerous ball. Trying to streak in there was Parker Crowell. But good job by this Sporting Kansas City defense to get their bearings and clear. It's now going to be the Sporting Kansas City throw as a ball went out of play on a Columbus Crew body. And ball takes a deflection off for Wolf. He tries to give a good run, but has it stripped off him. And the Sporting Kansas City tries to find Mendy. Mendy trying to battle his way in as he's dealing with Samways, and Samways wins the battle for the Crew. There's Daniel Coons with it. Off to Samways. Samways, though, smartly plays keep away and gets it for Coons, and then for Harms, who kicks it up, tries to find Wolf. Kicked up, and will go out of play for a Sporting Kansas City throw. They find Mendy. Mendy, nice touch by him. He's get a handful of jersey there from Anthony Hernandez, trying to slow down this dangerous Edward Mendy. Pass back, goes for Gully. Now dealt with by Pierre. Sent off for Goodard. Nice set of touches here by Sporting Kansas City. Once again, it's Gully. He gets it out on the far wing for Lennis. And now just went out of play for a Columbus Crew throw. Trying to get a big throw, but head for Sporting Kansas City gets in the way. Bouncing around, and Columbus Crew looks like they're the ones that are going to get a hold of it, and they also win a throw as that spin move attempt was cleared out by Zion Long. Big throw coming, and get it off for Sarver. Sarver, though, his touch was too strong as Sporting Kansas City gets a hold of this. They try to at least break it up the field and get that momentum that they're starting to build. There's Mendy. Nice touch. Setting it off here for Goddard. But it comes out of play on the challenge that was being thrown on by Daniel Coons. But Goddard gets the throw. Not the best throw. Cleared out and will be a Columbus throw. Big throw in comes from Columbus, but it was won by Sporting Kansas City. A little bit of confusion there on that pass attempt from Jacob Davis, and cleared out by keeper Max Trujillo. Good set of touches. And we'll go out for Columbus throw. Boy, Columbus, they're the ones that are really pushing the pace. However, they just got pushed back a little bit by Sporting Kansas City. You can tell it's only game 2, but for two teams that haven't found wins here in the Generation Adidas Cup yesterday in day 1, it shows how important they really want to get a goal, someone to get their first goal to set the tide right for them and maybe get themselves some key set of points. But a lot of soccer left to be played, and once again, possession will go for Columbus in this 0-0 game. Columbus has maybe had some of the better chances. Throw in coming in from Noah Hall. Get it back for Wolf. Wolf stutter steps. Tries to spin away from about 2 or 3 blue jerseys. Get it back. Try to come away. And a lucky ball fell. Right place, right time. Out there for Parker Crowell. And it now goes out of play for Columbus throw. Columbus tries to get it right for Sarver, but he can't handle it. Ball's broken up. Can Columbus still get a hold of it? Can they make things happen? Yeah, they will at least for Coons right now. Coons. Good run going on here from Kemper. Kemper passes, and they make the pass back for Kemper. Settling it down, though, is Coons. Back to the keeper and John Harms. Harms to Coons. Coons giving it a good run and finds the open space there once again for Kemper. Good crisp passing for Columbus. Nice turn by Samuel Sarver. Sarver getting a nice run, taken down in the box, and it's a penalty going towards the Columbus Crew. Columbus Sporting Kansas City, a little bit disbelief of that. Nonetheless, that's what the official ruled. I thought it was just at the top of the box, but nonetheless, it's going to be a penalty. We've already seen one penalty scored today when Toronto FC got one in the first game against the Chicago Fire to get themselves up 2-0. As in that game, it was Sidney Paris who scored from the box. Actually, it's going to be a free kick just outside the box. Actually, just creeping in the box, taken here by Anthony Hernandez. A lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, trying to nudge for positioning. Shot comes, nice save made by Trujillo. Ball bouncing around on that kick from Parker Crowell. Columbus will at least get it back, keeping it here with Kemper. Taking it up the pitch right now are the Crew as they go with Samways. And just playing a great game of keep away is Columbus. Really, Sporting Kansas City has struggled to make it up into the Columbus end. Once the ball gets around midfield, it's been Columbus shutting them down and winning the ball over and breaking out in transitions, or here winning good positions. Nice feed comes in. Sporting Kansas City calls for offside. That's not going to happen. Feed comes on in. They go for Wolf. Shot. Weird deflection, and it goes out for a corner kick for Columbus. Took a good shot from Wolf. Took a deflection off a Sporting Kansas City body, and out it goes here for a corner. Will be corner here, should be taken by Hernandez. And it will be. Hernandez, nice corner in the box, header, scores! Andrew Kemper on the header, and Columbus Crew go up 1-0 as they were really been dictating the pace and the pressure, and they're finally rewarded on that beautiful header from Kemper. Kemper quiet on this team as he is a defender, but he throws himself out in the box, and ball came right to him and was able to bury that one in the top corner for Columbus to go up here 1-0 on Sporting Kansas City. We'll see what Sporting Kansas City can do. Now they're trying with their solidly crisp passing, and down goes Tucker Lepley for a free kick for Sporting Kansas City. Taken here by Gully. Blocked by Sarver to have a battle for the ball as it goes out, and it will be Columbus ball. Once again at that midfield point where it's tough for Sporting Kansas City to break on into Columbus's side. Settling this here are the Crew as they try to have Noah Hall deal with it, but we'll come back for Coons. Daniel Coons now. Fed back. Nice kick up by Hernandez, who's trying to pick out the likes of Samways, but that was broken up. But smartly, the Crew will just hand it back for Harms. Taken here by Coons. They go back for Coons now. Coons, nice move. Coons has some space to work with. Chifamba throwing it up here. Good run from Hall. Hall trying to get a hold of it. It's bouncing around just around the end line, and it's going to be a Sporting Kansas City goal kick. Just ran out of real estate, did Columbus. Sporting Kansas City will take it up. Caden Pierre back to their keeper, Trujillo. Now with it is Goddard. Throw in for Sporting Kansas City. Chested down, kicked up, headed up into the offensive play, and we're going to get a free kick coming for Columbus. Just being a little aggressive on trying to fight for that ball was Sporting Kansas City's Zion Long. So free kick comes for the Crew. Hernandez back for Chifamba. Now to Coons. To Wolf. To Samways. Samways. Now for Coons as they retreat back in their own end. And here's the goal scorer for Columbus, Andrew Kemper. Kemper. Hernandez. 1-0 here for the Columbus Crew on a header from Andrew Kemper. And Columbus looking for more with their style of play and them pushing the pace. Really having to make Sporting Kansas City fight to win every ball that they possibly can. Samways gets it for Kemper. Kemper throws for Chifamba. Hall, nice job by him to get a boot, and the deflection came back towards him in the Columbus way, and goes ball back into the Columbus end. Tons of time as teammates calling for each other that they have time and a lot of space to work with. Do the Columbus Crew. Harms for Kemper. Coons now to Samways. Samways has to try to fight off two Sporting Kansas City defenders, but they get it for Coons. Now for Samways yet again, and he'll just punch this one up. Is trying to find the likes there of number 50, Samuel Sarver, breaking through, but a foot from Sporting Kansas City broke it up. And there's a big punch out from Kemper. Rough challenge on Wolf, and Sporting Kansas City is going to win a free kick. Free kick for Sporting Kansas City. The honors here will be done by Caden Pierre. Pierre back for Ferguson, then for Pierre again. Off to Goddard. Nice set of touches. And Sporting Kansas City, though, has to move back as they've got some solid touches right now. Trying to throw this back in on the far wing for number 2 for Sporting Kansas City. That's Michael Lennis. He just can't reach it and win it, and was put out, but put out in favor for Sporting Kansas City as they've won a corner. Set piece works so well for Columbus. Can Sporting Kansas City capitalize on it? Weird ball and easily handled there by Harms Took a weird deflection back, and Harms, he wasn't going to take any risks. He just gloved it in the chest. Now a solid run going for the Columbus Crew. Coming in here for Columbus is Evan Creighton. Creighton has some space, throws it back, comes for the likes of Samways. Samways then with Wolf in the give and go. Samways trying to win it, but Zion Long does very well to muscle him off the ball. It's going to be Sporting Kansas City ball. And Sporting Kansas City trying to get up as fast as possible. Down 1-0 here in the first half. And they're going to say offside on Sporting Kansas City as Edward Mendy was trying to get that loose ball. Kick will be taken here by Columbus's John Harms. Officials are wanting some space here, so Harms can make the kick, and finally he does get the space required. And here's the kick out by Harms. Chested down by Sporting Kansas City, and off they go on the races for Long. Long has Goddard, but he gets taken down, did Long, by Samways. Trying to chip this up here. Nice set of rush going on for Columbus. Won very impressively by Parker Crowell, and a throw-in will go the way of Columbus. Anthony Samways will do the honors. Nice throw-in by Samways. Got a lot of velocity on that. Was looking for Sarver. Back pass has a little too much on it, but Harms calms everyone down as he was able to handle it nicely. They get it back for Harms now. Off for Anthony Hernandez. Hernandez to Coons. Coons fed up for Samways. Samways back pass. Nice run going on as he's got the support for Crowell. Crowell at the edge. Off for Sarver. Sarver to Wolf. Wolf a drive. Score! Score! Aiden Wolf makes it 2-0 for the Columbus Crew. That was an absolutely beautiful team goal. Started up from a throw. Passing done nicely from Samways. Off and around, and they get it to Wolf. And Wolf buried it with a lot of space left. That's an excellent shot for Aiden Wolf, and he's been penetrating the Sporting Kansas City net all afternoon here in the first half, and he's finally rewarded with a bullet of a shot. So Pierre, now Sporting Kansas City finds himself in a real tough hole against the Columbus Crew, and there's some similarities to Sporting Kansas City today, and as well as yesterday's matchup against FC Dallas, where it was a struggle for Sporting Kansas City to get into FC Dallas's zone yesterday, and the same to be today, because they're finding tough ways to, it's real difficult to get through. Once they get to the midfield point, it's really been Columbus shutting them down. Few chances generated. We've seen Mendy try, and he's trying right now, but this defense for Columbus has it on lock, and a 2-goal cushion really helps them out a lot. And they try to get it for Wolf again. Wolf the speedster. And just offside is what the linesman will put his flag up. Harms. Harms will kick this one away with his big boot. Here's our first goal scorer there is Kemper. He gets it up. Foot comes in from Sporting Kansas City, but it's called a foul. So it'll be a free kick here for the Columbus Crew. Coons taking his patience off to Wolf. Nice back pass and good job to help out his teammates was Coons, but touch was too much. Trying to break through our Sporting Kansas City, but nice job defensively by Parker Crowell to clear the danger, and he's won his team a throw. Coons off for Harms. Trying to get around here is Samways, and he did very well. Trying to get it for Sarver. Some contact on that. It's Columbus throw, and they'll go once again with Samways, and this is how they got their last goal. Generated off a nice throw. And they'll come again. Off for Sarver, then to Wolf. Aiden Wolf does very well, wins the ball back. Off for Chifamba. And then to Wolf again, and now Samways. Samways trying to get some miscommunication between the Sporting KC defense, and off on this rush comes Crowell. Crowell. Samways to Wolf. To Chifamba. Chifamba then goes back for Kemper, but just great ball movement here by Sporting Kansas City as they're up 2-0 and looking to make it 3. Ball went out of play. And looks like it will be a free kick for Columbus. So it looks like Elton Chifamba will take the free kick. But we've been fooled before. Chifamba unloads a nice drive into the box. But heads of Sporting Kansas City win it. Good battle coming on for the ball here, but it's going to be dealt with very cleanly by Daniel Coons to win that without any contact, just outright talent. Headed out. Unfortunately, though, for Sporting Kansas City, Zion Logg's head sends the ball out. Will be Sporting KC or Columbus Crew throw. Throw in from Samways. He's got himself quite the skill set here off the throw-ins. And out again, and Samways will wash, rinse, repeat, do it again. Samways. His throw-in, though, is headed down by Sporting Kansas City's Goddard. Samways. Nice pass up for Hernandez. Hernandez will then just go cross pitch here for Kemper. Hall for Kemper. Off for Harms. Spinning around there was Kemper, and then Harms again, and he just boots this up to around the midfield spot, and just a rough challenge for Evan Creighton, and it's going to be Sporting Kansas City ball as he was looking to go the other way, but how he got to that position was absolutely throwing Mendy to the ground. Sporting Kansas City now really needs to find their way to get within the box of the Columbus Crew. Dealt with there by Goddard. Ball still kept in as trying to make something happen of it was Crowell. He was a little disappointed, but he did well with what he had to work with. Hands all over Samways from Zion Long. Easy call for the officiating crew for this free kick. Going to Columbus. Kicked up, but Pierre gets his foot in the way and trying to get a rush developed once again is Sporting Kansas City. They've had rushes, but this is where they've stalled out time and time again. And there you see Noah Hall hops in and wins it for Columbus. But the pass back from Chifamba wasn't the best. And now coming in is Creighton, and it's going to be Columbus ball. Throw in. Noah Hall will do it and gets a big leaping start off for Sarver. Sarver. And it's a hard foul for Sarver. And we'll see if a card is coming, and it looks like it may be. Yeah, a yellow card coming to Sporting Kansas City for that very aggressive challenge on Sarver, and that yellow card's going to Mitchell Ferguson of Sporting Kansas City. So free kick coming for the Columbus Crew, and they've been very dangerous off set pieces, really putting Sporting Kansas City on the heels. Got their first goal off a set piece. Comes in, nice job to get a foot in there, was Mendy. And Sporting Kansas City tries to get Mendy up. But that'll do it for the first half, where the Columbus Crew are up 2-0 on Sporting Kansas City, thanks to goals from Andrew Kemper and Aiden Wolf, where we'll have another 40 minutes here for Sporting Kansas City to make some adjustments to find their way into the Columbus side of things to really turn the tide. But if you're Columbus, you got to keep the pedal to the metal down as they're looking to get their first win. Same with Sporting Kansas City, but after one half, it's Columbus 2, Sporting Kansas City 0. We'll take a quick break and be back for second half coverage here for the Generation Adidas Cup.